12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning and hello. It is Wednesday. It is November 2nd.
We'll check in with Justin and Stephen in a few minutes for weather and traffic. But first, the latest on the fire out at the Old Midnight Rodeo.
That's right. It's something we've been following throughout the morning. Flames erupting after the roof collapsed around 7:30 this morning. Firefighters have been there since 4:30 a.m. trying to knock down the fire. And
this is the area of Nacogdoches Road and Thousand Oaks. Katrina Weber is live at the scene. That building looks a lot different from how it was this morning, Katrina.
For sure, definitely. We still have some of the smoke here, but what is gone is part of the building itself. The roof and some of the walls collapsed, so about half that building now gone. Now, when that happened, we saw a huge fireball burst through the front of the building and even thicker black smoke cloud the sky. Fire Chief Charles Hood already had told us that fire crews would be fighting this fire from the outside, so they were not in the danger zone during the collapse. This 25,000 square foot building that burned used to be a bar called Midnight Rodeo, but it had been closed since about 2019. The chief says although the fire was called in early this morning, it could have been burning since late last night for all they know. There's a whole lot of space inside that building and a lot of ground that firefighters had to cover. And at one point, there were more than 40 units here. Now, it may be some time before they're able to go inside to try to figure out how this fire started. But the chief says he did find evidence that there were homeless people who had gotten inside. And it seems that they may have been pretty comfortable because he says up until about a week ago, this building still had electricity. And what's more, he says he found inside that the bar was pretty much as they left it when they closed the doors for the last time. There was still a pretty full stock of alcohol inside this building. Reporting live on the northeast side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Outside with live cam, 61 degrees.
All right, it's still a little cloudy out there, Justin. Are we going to see any sunshine today?
I think the sun will peek through. We're starting to see a little bit of sun out there. The fog has been thick in spots, and we're still seeing some fog at this hour. So if you're out and about, or you plan to be out and about, know that the fog is still there, probably for another hour or so, and then we'll see partly cloudy skies and some sun later today. Visibility down to about 2 miles in New Braunfels, half a mile in Kerrville. Still seeing some fog out in Uvalde County as well. But for the most part here around San Antonio, it has not been a huge issue this morning. And as we look at the bigger picture here, it's New Braunfels over towards Uvalde and Eagle Pass and Kerrville. Those are the areas where the fog is still holding on. Pollen count, molds are dropping a little bit from yesterday's high number, moderate today at 6:30. And looking at the weather headlines, well, we'll see that fog lift, and then eventually we'll see more sun this afternoon, some off and on sun. And then by Friday, we have a small window for some storms. Now, we're not looking for a lot of rain here, but we could see a couple strong storms, so that's why we need to take a close look at it. 61 right now, cloudy skies, dew point is at 58, and an east-northeasterly breeze. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 67 noontime. We'll go partly cloudy this afternoon. Temperatures make their way up to about 76 or so. And then more clouds tonight. We'll see some fog again tomorrow morning. And we'll talk more about those thunderstorm chances and what the weekend looks like coming up in just a bit. Let's go over to Stephen now, though. Some issues on the roadway.
Yeah, and Justin, some of the fog that was there earlier, we saw it on a lot of these TransGuide cameras. But one thing that's clear now is that traffic is moving along just fine. Let's get a quick look around town. 90 west at Zarzamora. There's 410 at Harry Wurzbach. Really just seeing the commute dwindle down right now, which is good because people have probably already arrived to their destination. But just remember to drive safe. We did have some issues out there, folks. So let's just get you to some of them that have actually already cleared out. 410 eastbound. This is the one that was the latest crash reported in the eastbound lanes, not far from Perrin-Beitel. Again, that crash is already cleared out within the last few minutes, so some better news as well. But let's go ahead and drive up a little bit to 281 southbound where we did have a crash. Now, this has also cleared, but notice that there is a little bit of orange that's building in the southbound lanes. That's actually an improvement. Earlier, we saw a lot of red that was stretching a little bit past Bitters Road, so that crash was obviously causing an inconvenience for drivers, but looks like you may be in the clear. We're back in the yellow. Let's take one last drive over here to US 90 eastbound. Anytime there's a problem there, it's definitely going to cause issues for drivers. That crash, though, thankfully has already cleared out, and you can see there's no delays that you can expect at this point. But giving you that wide bird's eye view of the metro area, yeah, things look a lot better than where we started. But for the latest on all the traffic updates, grab your phone right now. You can actually scan this QR code. I just updated the list of closures also, so by tapping that QR code, you'll be directed to our KSAT traffic page. Has a full list of all the closures and any traffic updates you need to be aware of. Tiff?
An Amber Alert in the Houston area discontinued after the little girl was found stabbed earlier this morning. 1-year-old Leilani is believed to have been killed by her father, 24-year-old Alexander Barrios Ordonez. That's according to our sister station in Houston, KPRC. Ordonez reportedly also stabbed himself to death after a police chase in Rosenberg.
Well, prayers continue to pour in from across our community for 17-year-old Eric Cantu. People gathering for a vigil last night, all in front of the McDonald's where he was shot by a San Antonio police officer 1 month ago. The prayers were asked by Eric's mother, who tells us that Eric is scheduled to have an invasive surgery today. She then went on and sent this message that reads in part, quote, "James Brennan didn't have to gun down my child. He didn't have to mutilate his young body with bullets. Eric is the light of our lives. All we want is for him to recover. I hope that the support of our community, we can work together to keep Eric's horrific case in the spotlight, to not only get justice, but to also ensure this never happens to anyone else." End quote.
The ex-police officer is out on bond, and Eric Cantu is struggling for his life in the hospital. One police officer, any police officer, cannot be judge, jury, and executioner.
The prayer vigil was organized by the Party for Socialism and Liberation, who started the night with prayers, but also chanted for justice in the case.
The families of the victims from the Uvalde school shooting honoring their loved ones on Dia de los Muertos by marching at the state capitol. The families carried their ofrenda from the Capitol steps to the governor's mansion. They're pushing for change on gun laws ahead of Election Day.
Some of you might recognize these words I used on June 8th when I addressed Congress. Why am I repeating myself? Because not a damn thing has changed.
It's a part of most of our cultures, but we shouldn't have to have our children on an ofrenda in front of the governor's mansion.
I just appreciate all of us sticking together through it, you know. We're one big family. Now we're not 21 families anymore, just one big family.
The hope was that this Marcha de los Niños, Children's March, would encourage more voters to head to the polls.
Speaking of the polls, early voting continues through the week. So far, more than 244,000 people have voted just in Bexar County. The polls are open until 8 p.m. Throughout the week, you can find a list of those polling locations right now on KSAT.com. Remember, Friday is the last chance to vote early ahead of Election Day. And obviously, Election Day is next Tuesday, November 8th.
One of the races in Texas that has received national attention is the governor's race.
Now, KSAT has extended invitations 4 months ago to do a sit-down interview, one-on-one interviews with both candidates individually, but only one of those candidates took us up on that offer.
Tonight, you can watch Steve Spreester's interview with Beto O'Rourke, a man who is no stranger to Texas voters, who is continuing and counting on those issues like abortion, gun control, and the border to propel him to the governor's mansion.
O'Rourke also talking about his bond with the parents of the mass shooting victims in Uvalde, and one question that surprised him. Oh, that's all tonight on the Night Beat, and then tomorrow, Governor Greg Abbott will be in Bexar County. We're obviously going to be covering all of his remarks, and we're going to have them on the Night Beat tomorrow.
Big news today affecting your money. The Federal Reserve is expected to raise interest rates again by 0.75 percentage point. It's trying to bring down prices on things like groceries. But as Sarah Acosta reports, new figures show those prices keep going up, and so do corporate profits.
It's going to be a difficult 12-18 months under any scenario.
The average credit card balance is about $6,200, making minimum payments. It already costs an extra $1,200 in interest because of rate hikes this year. And after today, those extra interest payments will jump to more than $1,500. In raising rates, the Fed is trying to slow down the economy enough to drive down prices without triggering a recession.
Yeah, the Fed rate hikes are biting the economy. You can see it clearly in the housing market. Mortgage rates are up over 7% for a 30-year fix. It's also had a big impact on the stock markets.
Inflation is hitting the grocery store hard. A dozen eggs up more than $1 since last year. A bag of chips now $6.05. And a 2-liter bottle of soda topping $2. All while food companies report record profits. Pepsi saying profit for its chips and drinks rose 20% in the last year, proving many consumers are still managing to pay the higher prices, at least for now.
With a little bit of luck on things like the pandemic and the Russian invasion of Ukraine, if nothing else goes wrong. And with some reasonably deft policy making by the Fed, they don't have to be perfect, but they have to be roughly right. I think we'll make our way through without actually experiencing an outright recession.
As for the cost of food, now the price increases at the grocery store are outpacing restaurants. So you may want to consider eating Thanksgiving dinner out. Turkey prices are up 23% this year. Sarah Acosta, KSAT 12 News.
Well, back here at home, so many different fundraisers returning this year after a 2-year hiatus, including the San Antonio Fire Department's Fill the Boot for MDA, or Muscular Dystrophy Association.
And MDA is a muscle disease caused by mutation in a person's gene. As some are born with it, others develop it. Beginning today, firefighters will be out on the streets with their boots to collect money.
So all of the money raised will stay right here in San Antonio. Monica and her son Danny, he was born with MD, and they know the benefits of this fundraiser.
As you see the firefighters at the intersections with the boot, please give, because your donations help kids like Danny to be able to attend children's camps that really raise their self-esteem.
The firefighters will be out collecting donations today through Friday.
Time now 9:09, 61 degrees out.
So ahead today wraps up some of the Day of the Dead celebrations, and a course at UTSA is diving deeper into the history of the holiday. After the break, I'll introduce you to the professor of the course and what makes this class special. Welcome back. A UTSA course is diving deep into the history of Day of the Dead and has created an exhibit at the Institute of Texan Cultures in downtown. For weeks, students part of the UTSA Honors College Day of the Dead seminar class have been learning about this cultural tradition. They created an altar or ofrenda and other traditional elements for an exhibit at ITC called Recuerdos Eternos, a journey back home. It's the 5th year the university has offered this seminar class.
It's all about the history, the commercialization, the globalization, the rise in popularity, but it's also about death, dying, and grieving and the perspective of it through the lens of Day of the Dead.
Learning about the ofrenda, how each layer symbolizes something different, it brings you a new perspective, of what the history is.
The exhibit also has a tree of life that represents ancestral roots. Visitors can get a paper leaf and write the name of their loved ones, and it will be placed on the tree. The exhibit is open until Saturday. Coming up at noon, we show you other components of this incredible exhibit.
That is so cool. Great job, Tiff.
Thanks. I wrote down a name of a loved one and I put it on the tree.
Aw.
I'm excited to share that story at noon.
Of course. All right, time now 9:14, 61 degrees. Justin Horn, this has been phenomenal, though I'd like a little more sunshine.
Yes.
Maybe I'm being greedy.
I think we'll get you some today.
Okay.
It'll come. We've got a couple more hours before maybe we get some full sun. But yeah, I think the sun does pop out today. And just within the last 10 minutes since we last talked to you guys, visibility has already improved. So we're seeing the fog pretty quickly go away. Now, the one exception is Kerrville and Uvalde. Those are two places where the fog is still holding on. But New Braunfels, we've seen improvement there. Here across the city, not a lot of fog, at least at the moment. Uvalde is still close to zero, and Eagle Pass is at half a mile. So it's kind of this corridor right here where the fog is at its worst this morning. As we go outside for you can still see some of that low-hanging humidity there and fog and clouds still at this hour. We're looking at 61 degrees. Dew point is at 58. East-northeasterly wind at about 7 miles per hour. 50s and 60s here around San Antonio. 58 in Helotes, 57 in Bulverde, 57 right now Comfort, 55 in Kerrville. In the KSAT 12-hour forecast, by noontime, yes, I think we see a little more sun, 67 degrees, and by 1 o'clock, 70. We're up around 76 later today. So another really nice day here across South Texas with southeasterly winds anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, as we get into tonight, clouds will begin to increase, and we'll see some more moisture. And I think we'll do a repeat with the fog, maybe even a little bit of drizzle tomorrow morning. As we look at the radar and satellite here, we've got a few very, very light showers along the Texas coast. That last system has moved out of here, but there's still some lingering moisture here, some showers and storms in the Gulf of Mexico. Speaking of the last system, there it is. It's over Kentucky right now, so it's moving away pretty quickly. But now we turn our attention to the next system that is forecast to affect us, and you can see it's producing rain and some snow in the higher elevations across the west. This will dig south and give us our next opportunity, although the latest computer models, they're not too generous with the rain, so I'm just going to prep you there. This is not going to be a big rainmaker for us. Well, fast forward to 5 o'clock today. Clouds do clear out some. We get some sun. And then tomorrow, clouds build tomorrow morning. I am going to add in a 20% chance of a shower. And then we've got some fog. I think it's mainly in the form of just some light drizzle probably. And then tomorrow afternoon, skies clear a little bit, but we could even still see a stray shower or two. Now as we get into Friday, morning showers, maybe some drizzle, 20% chance of that. Here comes our front. This is 4 o'clock. Still not seeing anything. It's going to be warm and humid around this time. And then as we bring the front in, and this probably happens sometime around 7 to 10 p.m. That's the timing we're thinking right now. Then we'll see some storms develop right along the front. As we often are here, we're going to be on the tail end of things. So the window for rain is small, and I don't think we're going to get a lot out of this. 40% chance here. But what I will say is as the front comes through, there is the potential for some strong storms, especially as you get east of San Antonio, and we'll have to watch for that threat. By midnight, this is all moving out, and we're clearing out for the weekend. Severe weather risk, on a scale of 1 to 5, it's a 2. So some gusty winds, I think, are the main threats. And again, I think pretty much east of I-35 is where the biggest risk resides. Bottom line here, here's what to plan for. Evening thin line of storms on Friday between 7 and 11 o'clock. Not much rain. And what we're watching for is a small window of severe weather. Gusty winds would be the main threat. And this could affect Friday night football. But if it does, we expect the delays will be brief. So your extended forecast, 20% chance of rain Thursday, Friday, 40% chance Friday night, 77 Saturday and clearing, 81 Sunday. Don't forget we fall back. Another small chance of rain showing up on Monday. But right now, for Election Day there on Tuesday, the weather looks good, guys.
All right, Justin Horn, thank you so much. So if you've been following us or if you've been out and about, you know it has been a wild ride for the hotel industry over the last 2 years through COVID. And here's the thing, it is not over yet.
Supply chain and staffing issues have changed, but they're still extensive. Courtney Freeman went back to a hotel she visited almost a year ago to see how things are now.
And it's not just the rooms that are affected.
10 months ago, we were here at the Estancia del Norte Hotel in San Antonio getting a blunt picture of how the supply chain and staffing shortages were wreaking havoc on business. Today, we checked back in to find a similar picture.
The pandemic really changed hospitality as a whole.
Alex Alston is the Human Resources Director for Presidian Hotels, which owns Estancia del Norte. Last time we were here, the supply chain crisis was the top problem, making it hard to find things as basic as toilet paper. But since Presidian has 10 hotels in Texas, they've figured out a way to share supplies.
Several of our hotels have had to change brands and shampoo. Some hotels got rid of the mouthwash.
Thankfully, Alston says most guests have been more understanding of the new industry norms. The issue that has not improved is staffing shortages.
Oh, it's worse, big time.
This month, the American Hotel and Lodging Association released data showing 87% of hotels surveyed reported staffing shortages.
A lot of times we're on the phone early in the morning calling another hotel saying, hey, can you give us a front desk clerk or can you give us 2 housekeepers?
There's actually no official wait staff here at the hotel. They had to close the restaurant down. So if you want food, you just order it right here to the bar.
After the pandemic triggered mass layoffs, people have been afraid to go back.
So we're having to find really creative solutions to bring them back and show them that we're there for them and they can make a career out of this.
That includes working in hybrid schedules, better benefits, and even continued education. Companies ready to take hits elsewhere in order to prioritize people. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
All right, time now just about 9:20, 61 degrees out.
It's a popular app, but are security measures up to par? There's a new push to ban TikTok. Why some are worried about users' information getting into the wrong hands.
Welcome back. Headed to Florida, the Parkland school shooter's 2-day sentencing hearing. It began with statements from families who lost loved ones.
Last month, the jury recommended Nicholas Cruz be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
CNN's Jen Sullivan looks at this emotional day in court and what we can expect today.
I feel betrayed by our justice system.
The 2-day sentencing hearing for the Parkland, Florida school shooter began Tuesday with highly emotional statements from grieving families who lost loved ones and anguished survivors.
No one that's up here right now can imagine what it's like to have a little sister murdered.
Megan Petty's 14-year-old little sister Elena was one of the 17 victims shot and killed at Stoneman Douglas High School on February 14, 2018. Tuesday marked the first time families were able to speak freely without being vetted by lawyers and directly to the shooter in open court.
He was stolen from us by an unimaginable act that you planned and executed. You stole him from us.
Nicholas Cruz pleaded guilty to 17 counts of murder and 17 counts of attempted murder. After a months-long trial, the jury last month recommended Cruz be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. His defense attorneys argued he was disturbed and mentally ill. But many parents wanted to see Cruz get the death penalty and expressed their deep concerns to the judge.
Knowing he gets to live out the rest of his natural life, something Elena doesn't get to do, because of his disgusting and violent actions.
Cruz will be formally sentenced Wednesday. The judge cannot change the sentencing outcome. The hearing was simply a chance for families to open up and hopefully find closure.
There's nothing more important to my family than receiving justice for Alex.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Another story making headlines, a new push to ban TikTok, one of the most popular social media platforms. A U.S. official warns TikTok is not just another video app. ABC's Andrea Fujihi explains.
This morning, one of 5 commissioners at the FCC is now pushing to ban TikTok in the U.S. Brendan Carr says a ban is the only way to ensure data does not get into the hands of TikTok's Chinese parent company, ByteDance. Carr telling the website Axios there is not sufficient protection on the data that you could have sufficient confidence that it's not finding its way back into the hands of the Chinese Communist Party.
The kind of data that TikTok collects is theoretically, it's very sensitive. It could be anything from an email address to something as significant as a digital print of your face, called a face print.
TikTok's parent company has been negotiating with the Committee on Foreign Investment on how it can continue operating here under a possible sale to a U.S. firm.
When you start taking a look at what China could do with the information, they could do things potentially like, use it to further target people for hacks.
TikTok has denied claims that China gathers the data of TikTok users, but a recent report from BuzzFeed claimed TikTok engineers in China did gain access to some users' personal information. And Forbes reported the company had planned to use the app to monitor some users' locations.
The FCC does not regulate TikTok, but lawmakers do listen when FCC commissioners voice an opinion. TikTok says they support data privacy legislation that applies to all companies. Andrea Fuji, ABC News, New York.
Time now just about 9:27, 61 degrees out.
More ahead on GMSA at 9, including highlights from last night's high school volleyball playoff action between Brandeis and Steele.
Well, good morning and welcome back. We're obviously in the midst of early voting, and while thousands and thousands of people have already hit the polls, you still have so much time to get out and vote.
The ballot is filled with races, including the big one for the governor, but also for bonds, judges, federal positions, and of course the governor.
All right, so I sat down with the chair of the Bexar County GOP and the Bexar County Democrats. We talked about a lot. We talked about everything from priorities to even the future of the county and the future of their party in the county. Here's a little bit of the conversation.
When we say go blue, I mean, go for what your conscience is about, right? We're all about making sure that we pay our educators. We're all about making sure that, we're not against guns. We just want to make sure that those that have guns are properly trained and are of the proper age.
That we, as the party of the Republican Party of Bexar County, need to focus on our Bexar County races. We need to vote for, support all the other candidates, whether they're state or federal. But if we don't fix our own backyard here in Bexar County, we cannot expect those in Washington to fix our nation or those in Austin to fix our state.
Very unique and different perspectives. Now, Max, what was the goal with these conversations?
So we went into it just wanting to have a conversation with the chair of each party. We talk about these elections for years on end, the lead up, what happens, and then what comes next. And so just to hear from the local chair parties from both the Bexar County Democrats and the Bexar County GOP, where they talk about those priorities, how they address voters, And obviously, Bexar County and our surrounding areas, we're one of the fastest areas growing across the country. And so when we get this influx of new homeowners, new people coming here, how do you address that population influx? And then how do you address the priorities? Everyone goes to the poll for a different reason. And how do you get that person to see your perspective? So it was really amazing to hear their strategy, short term and long term, and then what kind of comes next.
And what did you take away from each person? Just
their different priorities. When we talked to the GOP, they really concentrated on the priorities that are getting people to the polls. Trying to, like you heard from Jeff McManus, it wasn't necessarily about the federal elections or even as much as the state elections. But, he's the new chair here of the party, and he said he came in and he really wanted to concentrate on Bexar County elections. He said, talking about Commissioner's Court, talking about the DA's race. And then when we talked to the chair of the Democrats, Monica, she obviously was talking a lot about Beto. We've seen Beto in and around Bexar County, and she talked about how important, how he's at the top of their ticket, but that they're not going to shy away from the local elections as well, and how they have a huge concentration on the priorities. And she told me her top priority is just getting people to the polls. And obviously, we talked to both the chairs for about an hour each, and we talked extensively about so much. So we're actually going to have 3 different stories running. The 6 o'clock evening show here at KSAT, tonight, Thursday, and Friday. And anything you miss, any part of the conversation you want to hear, we're obviously going to have that on KSAT.com.
And we're seeing a lot of people going to the polls this week already.
I know, more than 200,000 people, and of registered voters from the number from the Secretary of State's office, 1.8 million. So already 13% of available voters have hit the polls, which is crazy.
It's amazing. Well, we're going to have all that information on KSAT.com.
Absolutely. All right, time now to take a live look out at the Alamo City. Justin Horn, 61 now. Let's see. The visibility is not looking too ideal for me just yet.
Yeah, the visibility is okay. It's those low clouds, though, and those low clouds are still there. We're going to see some off and on clouds today. It's not going to be full sun during the afternoon, I should say that, but we will see some, I think. And as we look at our picture on KSAT Connector, this was sent in by Nick earlier, Fair Oaks Ranch. You can see some of the fog. The fog wasn't terribly thick here around San Antonio, but that was the scene this morning. We're going to see more of this, by the way. Some more fog tomorrow morning. We'll see some more fog Friday morning as well before it all clears out by the weekend. Live radar shows us we've got a couple showers there along the coast, Victoria down to Beeville. Those are areas that saw some good rain yesterday. That rain stays to our south and east. I don't think we see really any rain here in town today, but we will have a chance for some showers next couple days before we have a chance of some thunderstorms on Friday. 61 right now in San Antonio, mainly 60s here around town, 50s as you get up into the hill country, and you can see the cloud cover that's around. Rain chances, there they are. Small rain chances Thursday night into Friday, but Friday night, that's when we're watching for that opportunity for storms. Maybe a couple strong ones too mixed in there, so we'll be watching for that.
All right.
I love this graphic.
Now, you might notice the men at KSAT are getting a little scruffy, but it's all for a good cause.
It is for a good cause. Obviously, it is time, guys, for No Shave November. And you're going to hear from all of us really on why we do it, but it's about so much more than just growing out the facial hair. It's not just, being lazy and not wanting to, wanting to shave. So obviously, Steven and Justin joining us, and you guys are co-captains this year.
Yeah, and enlisted the help of Justin Horn this year, who has a phenomenal scruff going on, as you do as well, Max. But our campaign efforts are well underway.
Yeah.
Now, this has become an annual tradition for the men in our KSAT newsroom. Now, Justin, what is the goal this year?
Well, our goal is to raise a lot of money for cancer research, right? Last year we did over $20,000. We're going to try to beat that this year. But I want to go back a little bit and talk about how this kind of evolved. Back in 2009, Matthew Hill is a person who died from colon cancer. His family wanted to start a fundraising effort. And No Shave November had kind of been around, but they started putting money to it. And that's when it kind of blew up, and it's turned into a big thing now. And we raise money for cancer now every year, using our beers to remind people to do it. And they've already raised $12 million, No Shave, over the years, which is pretty incredible. But that's how it got started.
Sorry.
David looks thrilled, right? So that's kind of the history of how it got started. And we raised over $20,000 last year, Stephen.
Yeah, $20,000. And I think that's our goal this year, to exceed that if we can.
Absolutely. So, Stephen, when you sign up for everything, I had Justin kind of walk me through it, but there are 13 different cancer foundations that can actually this money can go to, that you can help benefit this year. So how do these funds support our unique mission?
So that's a great question, because we do have 13 nonprofit organizations, and each one of us is assigned to a different one. Obviously our choice of which cause we want to support. Mine is Special Love for Kids with Cancer, and the focus there, this program is fantastic because they have getaway camps, they offer camps for these kids, or getaway weekends, I should say, as well as emergency financial assistance, which is paramount for a lot of these organizations. So the funds that are raised really help support these programs to keep them going, because a lot of the times, if they didn't receive this funding, we wouldn't be able to see these kind of programs in place for different organizations. And for each person that is part of our team, it's a different reason, and so I think that's what's fantastic about this. There's so many different types of organizations that could benefit from this, and each member of our team, obviously, it's near and dear to everybody's heart.
And why is this a personal mission for the team here?
Well, it's like we discussed, cancer is universal, and I've always felt that our newsroom is not, we're not immune to that. We all have our personal stories with cancer. Some of us have been impacted more so than others, but as much as cancer is universal, I've said this before, so is compassion. So that is why we always ask our community to donate. Open your hearts and those pocketbooks, and there is our team right there. I have to also just say, I love Steve's photo right at the bottom left corner. We all obviously care so much about this, and whatever you can grow, every dollar counts and every whisker counts as well. I'm only growing out the stash this year, guys.
It looks good.
Oh, well, you know what? I
Good luck.
appreciate that. Yeah. Maybe some Rogaine will help.
So if anyone is interested in helping out, KSAT.com?
KSAT.com/no-shave. I believe we have the QR code that may have popped up. We do have a QR code that will take you directly to our KSAT no-shave page. But for right now, there it is, KSAT.com/no-shave. If you're at home, grab those phones, open your camera app. That will take you directly to our page. But of course, donate to our team as a whole or to any specific member. And our team is doing pretty well so far. Almost at the $1,000 mark.
Nice.
Almost there, guys.
I love how we just keep growing it every year.
Oh,
love it.
Quite good. Literally.
And
well done.
Yeah.
And for people that didn't know about that video before that we showed, can you explain what happens at the end of all of this?
Well, yeah, at the end, we all, go get the beards shaved off.
I see David Sears again. There he is.
So much gray, David. And so it's now become kind of a tradition now, which, hey, listen, it's pretty awesome. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And y'all look great.
Oh, well, I look the same, but thank you.
Justin, Stephen, thank you guys so much for not only organizing this, but getting out here and explaining, the emotional impact and how it really does help so many people.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right. Time now, 9:39, 61 degrees out.
You're watching GMSA at 9. And still to come, highlights from last night's matchup between Brandeis and Steele in high school volleyball playoffs.
Good morning, welcome back. And hey, happy Wednesday. So we just talked about No Shave November. Justin Horn already getting ready for the cold streak coming in.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going to make sure I'm nice and warm right here. There's no cold streak in the forecast. I keep thinking we're going to get one of those cold fronts that really kind of cools us down. It's not in the cards yet. But the temperatures have been nice. There's not a lot to complain about. We just haven't had those really bitter cold temperatures. I want to start, guys, with the visible satellite picture. And, of course, this gets harder and harder to see during the 9 o'clock show because our days are getting shorter. We need sunlight to see the visible satellite image. But this is what it looks like from space. And what we can clearly see is that low cloudiness and where some of that fog is located. And where you see the clouds maybe not moving very much, that's where you have the fog. And then you have some thicker clouds down to the south. So kind of a lot to look at here on the visible satellite picture. But I'll also point out we've got some breaks in the clouds. So the sun's starting to pop out in a few spots up around Fredericksburg as well. And I think we'll see some peaks of sun today, but it'll be kind of off and on. You'll see some of these areas of clouds moving through. It's certainly not going to be sunny by any stretch of the imagination. And where you see more cloud cover, temperatures will be kept down a little bit. 61 right now in San Antonio, 60 in New Braunfels, 62 Gonzales, 64 in Cloudy and Kennedy, and 59 in Hondo, perhaps with a little bit of low cloudiness there or some fog. 62 Port SA, 60 Rio Medina, 59 Helotes. And there's the visibility kind of jives what we're seeing there in the visible satellite picture. Kerrville and Uvalde continue to be the two places where visibility is down quite a bit. Down to 1.75 miles here in Kerrville, 1/4 mile in Uvalde. But that is an improvement since the last time we talked to you. As we go outside for you, we still got some low clouds here. 61 in San Antonio, 62 over at Kelly, 61 Randolph. And we've got an east-northeasterly wind for most of us. Forecast today. Well, we should make it into the mid to upper 60s by noontime, and then by the afternoon, we'll get somewhere into the mid 70s. I think 76 is what we're calling for here in San Antonio. But again, it is dependent on how much sun we see. 75 Seguin, 75 Floresville, 73 out there in Uvalde for a high today. Here's the big picture. We've got a few very light showers along the Texas coast, and then some activity up here around Tennessee and Kentucky. That's the last system that moved out of Texas. It's now moving away and will continue to do so. But our water vapor imagery shows that we've got another trough digging out west. You can see the spin right there over Portland. That is our next storm system. It digs south towards Texas and will bring us a chance for some showers and storms. So here's a look at the FUTURECAST. This shows that we'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies by 5 o'clock today. And clouds really fill in tomorrow morning. We'll have another round of fog to start your Thursday, along with a chance for drizzle and maybe a light shower or two. Small chance there. By tomorrow afternoon, this shows partly cloudy skies. I think there's probably a bit more cloud cover than this. Mostly cloudy on your Thursday. Friday will be mostly cloudy too, and we'll see some of these spotty, quick-moving showers coming through during the morning hours. And then by the afternoon, here comes our front. So this is 4 o'clock. It's on our doorsteps, moving through the hill country by Friday afternoon. Notice at this point, there's still not much shower or storm activity with the front, but it will happen pretty quickly, I think, during the evening hours. You'll see storms rapidly develop along the front. The question is, we'll see, and San Antonio will get any rain out of this, and I think it's possible, but the window for that is really pretty small. We're going to call for a 40% chance of storms, but as this moves east to San Antonio especially, there's a chance for a couple strong storms mixed in there too, and this moves out of here by midnight. So the window to get rain is pretty small, and here's the bottom line. Evening, thin line of storms on Friday. We think between 7 and 11 o'clock. Not much rain, less than a half an inch, maybe even less than a quarter of an inch in some cases. What we'll be watching for is a small window for severe weather. Gusty winds will be the main threat. This could affect Friday night football. The timing is not ideal, but any delays we see should be brief. That's something to keep in mind. So the extended forecast, 83 Thursday, 83 Friday, mostly cloudy, small chances for showers. There's our better chance for storms Friday night. And then clearing out, somewhat windy Saturday morning. I think the wind probably dies down by Saturday afternoon, 77, 81 Sunday, and then another small chance for some showers on Monday. So the weekend really looks pretty good, and you get, in theory, a little extra sleep Sunday morning, guys.
Thanks, Justin. The volleyball playoffs are finally here, and a number of local teams punched their tickets to the next round in style last night.
All right, so one of the marquee matchups featured the defending Class 6A state champions, Brandeis, taking on Steele. Andrew Seeley was there and brings us the highlights.
With the match tied at 1 set apiece and trailing early in the third, Brandeis showed their championship pedigree and put together an impressive run as the Broncos rallied to defeat Steele 3-1 and punched their tickets to the Class 6A second round.
We just really wanted it because we put so much work in the gym, and we just really wanted to show that we could do it. So I think there was just like a turning point that we know we can do it, so we just have to put it on the court.
We knew that we needed to make less errors and be more consistent, and we did that, and it really showed, especially in the last 2 sets.
The Broncos may be defending champs, but this is a very different unit from the one that won it all last year. So current seniors like Emma Halstead are keeping the team level-headed.
We're not going to look too far ahead. We're going to keep moving, and we're going to keep pushing because each new challenge could, and for anybody in playoffs, the next challenge could be your last, so we're going to push one at a time and keep going.
Meanwhile, MacArthur is celebrating their first playoff win since 2010. The Brahmas moved down to Class 5A this season, and they swept Medina Valley in the first round.
It feels good just coming back and showing what Matt can really do. It really just shows how much our team can come together and really push through a tough match and ultimately come out with a win.
You can catch full highlights from both of these matches, as well as Burbank versus Harlandale and Highlands versus Southwest, right now on the BGC page at KSAT.com. For Good Morning San Antonio, I'm Andrew Seeley.
All right, if you're an Astros fan, you already know last night didn't look too great. They're looking to bounce back tonight. Even the series game is set 7 p.m. in Philadelphia. They lost 7-0 last night in Philly. And talking about games coming up, Spurs today, Toronto Raptors. Remember, Kawhi is on the Clippers now. So the Raptors are 4-3. The Spurs, they have been crushing it this season. That game set for 7 o'clock tonight. at the AT&T Center.
In the words of Max, let's do it. Let's go.
Let's go. Time now, just about 9:50, 62 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
Good morning and welcome back. So October is over, Halloween is over, we are in November, and holiday shopping starting to kick into high gear.
This month is traditionally for discounts with Black Friday and all, but 12 on your sites. Marilyn Moritz shows us a few top tested products on sale right now.
'Tis the season when holiday shopping gets real, and so do the deals, especially at turkey time.
Most tech products are going to be at their deepest discounts on Thanksgiving, but if you're looking for a TV, wait until Black Friday when they'll see their biggest deals. And keep in mind that sale prices will be fluctuating all month long, so if you see a good deal, grab it.
Consumer Reports tracks prices of its top tested products all year, and right now, this Samsung OLED 4K UHD TV is on sale for less than $1,800 at Walmart. That's $1,200 off. They say this 65-incher is one of the best they've ever tested. Have a coffee lover on your list? CR recommends this Ninja Specialty Coffee Maker, $170 at Amazon and Best Buy. But hang on, both retailers just sweetened the deal and slashed their price by $30. Something else that's hot, a wood-fired outdoor pizza oven. The Guyber Fremont 29-inch oven is now on sale for $254 at Lowe's. This wood pellet heated oven holds a 13-inch pizza. Looking for earbuds? Listen up. You can get great sound quality on a budget. These Audio-Technica wireless earbuds are a Consumer Reports Best Buy and are now $79 at Amazon. Finally, if you're hosting for the holidays, how about some help? And bonus, it's pretty quiet. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
All right, so what do you think about this? A lot of businesses obviously struggling to find and keep employees, but a Chick-fil-A in Miami may have discovered this secret. All right, so the owner of the location says their recipe for attracting employees switched them to a 3-day work week, but it's also 14-hour work days.
The owner noticed his employees were getting burnt out, so he did an overhaul of the weekly schedules, dividing his staff of 38 into 2 groups and alternated weekly schedules into 3-day blocks of 13 to 14-hour shifts.
So since making the change, the owner has been bombarded with applications. He's also seen 100% retention at the management level. So there you go. I've heard about the 4-day work weeks. I've never heard 3-day work weeks.
Sounds interesting.
Sounds, yeah. I'm surprised other people haven't tried it. Or maybe they have, we just don't know about it. But interesting. Yeah, seems to be working. 76 degrees today, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. We'll certainly see more clouds next several days. Small chance of a shower to Thursday, Friday, and then we'll be watching Friday evening for around a thin line of showers and storms. Could see a couple of strong storms mixed in there, but the good news here is the weekend is looking beautiful. 77 Saturday, 81 on Sunday.
All right, Powerball tonight, as you can see right there, I think it's at $1.2 billion. We only have 15 seconds left in the show. If you won $1 billion, what would you do? All right, good talk, guys.
You gotta give me more time than that.
Have a great day. We'll see you back here at the news at noon.